With all the talk of stagnating growth rates and globalization, and is America still the innovation leader of the world? Well, we have to look at three things about how we became the global leader of innovation and how those three things can propel us forward to maintain that position. Well, first of all, when small entrepreneurs start creating businesses in this country, the real challenge is they need an infusion of capital so they can hire more people, buy the proper equipment, and of course buy the materials that are required to get that business to scale. And what happens is angel investors, who are small investors, invest in these little companies for a percentage of the equity of the company. Later on, there's mezzanine investment, which means there's larger infusions of capital as those companies become bigger. And finally, in some cases, those companies are going to be IPO'd, or an initial public offering where they go into the stock market. But in order to do this, we need two things. We need small companies that are going to have higher growth rates than the stock market itself. And then two, we're going to have favorable tax laws for the companies to invest in these smaller companies, and we have that in America. The second is we need intellectual and realizable competencies. And one of the great things about our country is that we're a country of immigrants. And if you start thinking about all of the intellectual property that's come from people who are not born in America, some believe in the past 10 years that over half of all high-quality patents in the United States have come from people not born in the United States. So people come here with engineering degrees and they're doctors and medical degrees and all kinds of things, and they have to find their way. And sometimes it's very difficult to find a position in an organization that's maybe well established because you come from someplace that maybe people haven't heard of before, or they don't know how capable you are. One of the wonderful things about this country is that these are places where these immigrants come in, where we have these incredible competencies. You can also see this in university communities. You can also see this around institutions, maybe military installments as well. Finally, the third thing is you need a pro-innovation culture. And boy, that's the entire culture of America. People have come here because they want things to be better and new. The reason historically people came to America is they were trying to find Gold Mountain, or they were trying to escape the Tsar, or sadly, some people came here in chains. But everyone who came here wanted something better and new. And that's part of the culture that we have to this day. So the availability of investment capital, the ability to actually make innovation happen, and finally a pro-innovation culture, that's what got us here, and that's what's going to take us forward.